Ladies and gentlemen, people ask me all the time, Steve, how can you tell when a man is truly in love? And here's what I tell them. Sometimes a man is more in love with you than even he realizes. See, love isn't always fireworks and grand announcements. Most of the time, it's the quiet things that reveal the truth. Watch how he shows up for you when nobody's watching. A man might not shout it from the rooftops, but if he's there when life gets messy, when you need a late night ride, when you're chasing a dream and need someone in your corner, that's love speaking louder than words. He may think he's just being helpful, but his heart is doing the talking. True love often shows in consistent action, not just big gestures, and understanding this idea changes the way we see relationships. When people imagine love, they often picture dramatic moments, flowers at the doorstep, sweeping romantic speeches, elaborate surprises. While those things can be wonderful, they are not the foundation of lasting love. What truly matters is the steady, dependable rhythm of everyday acts that demonstrate commitment and care. These consistent actions might appear small on the surface, but they carry a weight far greater than a single dramatic declaration. A man who is genuinely in love may not even realize how deeply his feelings run, but his repeated actions tell the story. It is in the way he checks to make sure you got home safely, or how he makes a point to remember the little things you said days ago. He might notice when you are tired and bring you a cup of tea without being asked. He might adjust his schedule to spend more time with you, even if he never announces it. These gestures may seem ordinary, yet they are powerful because they happen day after day, quietly proving his dedication. Consistency in love also means being reliable when life is not easy. Anyone can show up when things are fun and exciting, but someone who keeps showing up through challenges demonstrates a love that runs deep. Maybe he is the person who listens patiently when you need to vent after a long day, or the one who takes care of practical things when you are overwhelmed. Those steady responses build trust and show that his feelings are not temporary. They reveal a man who sees you as a priority without needing applause or recognition. Even if he doesn't put the word love on it, his actions speak clearly. Love that is shown through consistency does not depend on mood or convenience. It is a choice made over and over again. There is also a quiet respect in these repeated gestures. When a man loves you more than he knows, he treats you and your dreams with seriousness. He supports your goals, cheers for your progress, and helps you build confidence in yourself. Sometimes that means simply being present. Other times it means stepping back so you can stand strong on your own. He might not label every act as romantic, but his steady involvement is a powerful form of affection. True love thrives not on the loud moments, but on the ongoing effort to care, to protect, and to nurture. In the end, consistent actions form the heartbeat of real love. They create a sense of safety and belonging that words alone can't provide. A man who shows up for you every day, who keeps promises and pays attention without needing to be reminded, is giving you the clearest sign of his feelings. Whether or not he has said the words, his consistency is the truest declaration of love. A man may reveal deeper feelings through the way he protects and supports you, and often he does this without fully realizing how much love is guiding his actions. Protection and support in a relationship are not just about dramatic rescues or grand gestures. They show up in quiet, consistent ways that speak volumes about his heart. When a man cares for someone deeply, he instinctively wants to keep that person safe not only from physical harm, but from unnecessary stress, disappointment, or emotional pain. This protective instinct might look like making sure you're not walking alone late at night, checking in when he knows you're driving in bad weather, or making sure you eat when you've had a long day. These actions can seem simple, but they reflect something much deeper than courtesy. They come from a place where his love is active, where he is putting your well-being alongside his own without needing recognition. Support is another profound sign of love that often speaks even louder than words. A man who is truly invested in you will encourage your ambitions, listen when you share your dreams, and be present when challenges arise. He might stay up late to help you prepare for an important presentation or take on extra tasks so you have the space to focus on a goal. This isn't about control or obligation. It's about wanting to see you thrive. He may not even be aware that his willingness to stand beside you is an expression of deep affection. It is simply what feels right to him, because your happiness and success have become as important to him as his own. Protection and support also mean respecting your independence. while being a steady presence. A man who truly loves you doesn't need to overshadow you or dictate your choices. Instead, he trusts you to make your own decisions and steps, and only when needed, offering guidance or reassurance rather than control. His love shows in the way he stands behind you when you take risks, quietly providing strength while allowing you to lead your own path. That kind of backing requires confidence and a deep emotional connection. There is an emotional side to protection as well. He may sense when you are upset before you speak a word, offering comfort in the form of a gentle conversation, a hug, or simply by listening without judgment. These moments of emotional support reveal how closely attuned he is to you, how much he values your inner world. Even when he isn't saying, "I love you," he is expressing it through the way he safeguards your feelings and steadies you when life gets rough. Ultimately, when a man consistently protects and supports you, he is showing a profound and instinctive love. He might not call it love yet, and he may not even realize how deeply it has taken root, but his actions make it clear. Every time he puts your well-being first, stands by you in difficult times, or helps you chase your dreams, he is revealing that his heart is already devoted. Subtle signs like remembering small details speak louder than words, and these quiet gestures often reveal a depth of affection that even the person showing them may not fully understand. When someone is truly in love, their mind naturally begins to hold onto the little things about you, the way you laugh, the food you crave late at night, the exact phrase you used when you told a story that mattered to you. These details might seem insignificant, but to someone whose heart is deeply engaged, they become unforgettable. A man who is more in love with you than he realizes often demonstrates it through these moments of memory and attention, and he may not even know why he does it. He simply finds that he cannot help but notice and remember what matters to you because in his mind you matter. Think about the way he brings up something you mentioned only once, maybe weeks or months ago, and how that makes you feel seen and valued. Perhaps you offhandedly said that a certain song makes you happy, and later he plays it when you've had a long day. Maybe you casually shared a childhood memory, and he surprises you by referencing it during a conversation when you least expect it. These aren't rehearsed performances. They're reflections of how present he is when you speak, how carefully he listens, and how much he wants to hold on to pieces of your world. That level of attention is more powerful than any planned romantic gesture because it proves that his love lives in his daily thoughts. There's also a gentle effort behind these subtle signs. Remembering small details requires genuine care. It means he values what you say and treats your experiences as important. He may not consciously set out to memorize everything about you, yet he does because his heart finds meaning in even the smallest parts of your life. That could be the way he notices when you change your hairstyle or the fact that he automatically grabs your favorite snack when you're together. Each act is a quiet message. I see you. I'm paying attention. You matter to me. These subtle gestures also create a sense of comfort and trust. When someone consistently remembers what's important to you, it reassures you that your voice is heard. It shows you that you are not just another person in his life. You are someone whose presence and words leave an imprint. He might not label this as love, but his behavior reveals an emotional connection that goes beyond friendship or casual affection. Over time, these small but meaningful details weave together to form a powerful picture of devotion. They prove that his love isn't just about big occasions or dramatic words. It's present in everyday moments, alive in every conversation, and growing stronger with each memory he keeps. Without realizing it, his careful attention is a constant declaration of how deeply he cares, a quiet love story written in the language of little things. Love grows stronger when there is mutual respect and space, and this balance is one of the clearest signs of a relationship that is both healthy and deeply rooted. When two people truly care for each other, they understand that love does not mean constant closeness or control. Instead, it thrives when both individuals honor each other's individuality while still building a life together. A man who is more in love with you than he realizes often shows it by respecting your boundaries and valuing your independence. He recognizes that you have your own dreams, passions, and friendships, and he supports those without feeling threatened. This kind of respect isn't forced. It flows naturally from a heart that values you not as someone to possess, but as someone to cherish. Consider the way he encourages you to spend time with your friends or pursue hobbies that don't involve him. He doesn't try to limit your world to the relationship. Instead, he celebrates the parts of your life that exist beyond it. He may smile when you tell him about an accomplishment at work, or he might encourage you to take a trip that excites you even if it means time apart. These gestures show an understanding that love is not about ownership. Rather, it is about lifting each other up and allowing space for personal growth. His willingness to give you room to breathe speaks to a confidence and trust that comes from genuine affection. Respect also means valuing your opinions and listening to your voice. A man who loves you deeply will take your thoughts seriously, even when he doesn't fully agree. He wants to hear what you have to say, not just because he's polite, but because he truly believes your perspective matters. When decisions need to be made, he includes you, showing that he sees you as an equal partner. He might ask for your advice on something important in his life, or simply take the time to understand your feelings about a situation. This shared decision-making reflects a deep respect for who you are as a person. Space within a relationship also nurtures a stronger emotional connection. When each partner is free to maintain their own identity, their time together becomes more meaningful. Absence can create appreciation, and moments apart allow both people to grow individually, bringing fresh energy back to the relationship. A man who loves you more than he knows will instinctively give you this space because he wants you to feel free, not confined. He understands that love is about choice, and that choosing each other every day is far more powerful than clinging out of fear. Through mutual respect and the freedom to be yourselves, love becomes deeper and more resilient. This balance creates trust, passion, and a sense of security that words alone can't capture. When a man quietly supports your independence and respects your individuality, he's showing a love that is mature, patient, and far greater than he might even realize. Patience and authenticity allow real emotions to surface, and these qualities form the foundation of a love that lasts. When two people begin to care for each other, there can be a rush of excitement, a desire to know everything and move quickly. But true deep love does not demand speed. It unfolds at its own pace, revealing its strength through steady growth rather than sudden intensity. A man who is more in love with you than he realizes often shows this through his patience. He does not pressure you to feel or act before you are ready. Instead, he waits, giving the relationship room to breathe. This quiet patience is a powerful expression of care because it says, I value you enough to let this grow naturally. He trusts that the connection will deepen without being forced, and that trust is love in action. Authenticity is equally important because real emotions can only flourish when both people feel free to be their true selves. A man who genuinely loves you will not hide behind an act or a carefully constructed image. He will be willing to share his real thoughts and feelings even when they reveal vulnerability. He might admit his fears, talk about past mistakes, or show you sides of himself that the world rarely sees. This openness signals that he wants a relationship built on honesty, not performance. Likewise, he encourages you to be authentic as well, making it clear that you don't need to pretend or change to win his affection. When he appreciates you exactly as you are, your quirks, your imperfections, your quiet moments, he is showing that his love is not based on illusion. Patience and authenticity often work hand in hand. Patience gives space for authenticity to emerge because when no one is rushing or pushing, both people can relax and reveal their true selves. Perhaps he listens without interrupting when you share something difficult, or he gives you time to process your own emotions before expecting a response. Maybe he allows the relationship to evolve gradually, building trust through consistent actions rather than trying to lock everything into place right away. These moments of calm acceptance create a safe environment where genuine feelings can grow stronger. There's also a quiet strength in a man who can wait without fear of losing what you share. He understands that love is not about control, but about freedom and choice. His willingness to let things develop naturally shows a confidence in the bond you are building and a respect for the time it takes to create something meaningful. He does not need constant reassurance or dramatic declarations to feel secure, because he knows that the truth of your connection lies in the everyday moments you share. In this way, patience and authenticity become the silent architects of a lasting love. They build a relationship where both partners feel seen, accepted, and free to grow. A man who embodies these qualities may not even realize how deeply he loves you, but his steady patience and genuine honesty reveal the depth of his heart more clearly than any sudden proclamation ever could. When a man values your happiness as much as his own, he's already deeply in love, even if he hasn't yet named that feeling. Real love isn't about winning or keeping score. It's about caring so much that another person's joy becomes a part of your own. When a man reaches the point where your well-being truly matters to him, he begins to think beyond himself. He starts to notice what lifts your spirits, what eases your worries, and what helps you feel fulfilled. Without making a show of it, he begins to weave those considerations into his daily life. Maybe he remembers the way your eyes light up when you hear a certain song and plays it for you when you need comfort. Perhaps he adjusts his schedule so he can support you during a stressful time, or quietly takes on small tasks to lighten your load. These gestures may seem ordinary, but they are evidence of something profound. He is linking his happiness to yours. Valuing your happiness doesn't mean he sacrifices his own identity or needs. Instead, it shows that he understands love as a partnership. He realizes that when you are thriving, the relationship thrives too. He celebrates your victories with genuine enthusiasm, not jealousy or competition. If you land a new job, achieve a personal goal, or simply have a great day, he's right there cheering for you, sharing in the excitement as if it were his own success. He's not keeping a tally of who gives or receives more. He simply wants to see you smile. That unselfish joy reflects a heart that is already deeply invested. This kind of love also shows itself in how he responds when life is challenging. When you face setbacks or disappointments, he offers steady encouragement and comfort. He may listen for hours without judgment, give you space when you need it, or quietly handle practical tasks so you can focus on healing. His goal isn't to fix every problem or overshadow your strength, but to stand beside you in a way that makes the burden lighter. By caring for your emotional well-being, he proves that your feelings are as important to him as his own. Over time, these consistent acts of care create a sense of safety and trust. You begin to feel that your happiness is never an afterthought to him. He takes joy in your laughter, worries when you are hurting, and finds satisfaction in helping you reach your dreams. This doesn't mean he loses himself. Instead, he understands that a true partnership is built on mutual support. His happiness expands when he sees you flourish, and he finds fulfillment in being part of your journey. A man may not consciously realize that these actions reflect deep love, but they do. By valuing your happiness so completely, he reveals that you have become an essential part of his life. His quiet sacrifices, his shared excitement, and his unwavering encouragement speak louder than any words. Even without declaring it, he is already loving you in the truest sense, because your joy has become inseparable from his own.